Hello everyone, welcome back to Builders of Greece. I've let this run quite a bit now to try to get the population to start rising, okay? I need it. And we are now finally out of this whole arrangement where we don't have enough workers. I'm also out of food, so I am going to have them auto buy meat to keep us up above 50 until I can handle that myself. So there we go. I am looking currently at getting started on making my own tools. And so that's over here. The infrastructure for that is already kind of installed. It's just paused. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the tin mine and turn on the copper mine. Now that's going to deplete my workers again, of course, obviously. But we do get workers in the bronze smelter that are Zoogs. All right, the Zoogs are there. And the Zoogs are here as well. So we're going to start at least making our own tools now. We're barely short on workers to do that. And all the houses up here at the top of the hill, with the exception of these brand new 2 ones here, are these new 2 ones. Oh, that's what I said. These new ones here I just put in, they are not upgraded because they're not inhabited yet. So we still have room for the population to grow on its own naturally over time, which is what it's doing. I have expanded town, if you will, all the way up to the top of the mountain here. And also it's thriving all the way through here as well. I need to put in things like where's the service buildings? I need to put in things like this so that people can have their relaxation and stuff. I haven't done that yet, so let's get on that. And I think I'm going to put it right here at the end like that. That'll cover most people on there. Of course, there's no warehouse in the area. We can change that as well. Just put that right over like that. There we go. Now there's a warehouse here. You can actually go ahead and upgrade that one too. A couple of things that have been asked about, that have been asked in the comments. I'll just go through them. The marketplace does have an upgrade button, but I have no idea how to use it. It's not like the other ones where you can click it and it upgrades. Clicking it does nothing. Mousing over it does nothing. I don't have a clue on how to do it, so I'm sorry. Second question was, what does upgrading warehouses actually do? Because it doesn't seem like it really does anything. And my answer to you is, I honestly don't know what it does. Because storage quantities from the warehouses, they seem to be research oriented, expanded trade, larger warehouses, right? That seems to be oriented that way. I assumed that upgrading the warehouses would increase their storage capacity, but, well, you can see 37 out of 180 here. Out of 180, out of 180. And if I go to a warehouse that is not upgraded, it has the same capacity. I don't know. I don't know. The only thing I can think of, there are 10 workers in this warehouse and 8 maintenance. And in this one over here, there are 10 workers and 12 maintenance. Warehouse workers are 10. On this one, I need to find an equally populated one for a good comparison. So how about we find an unupgraded warehouse? That is actually going to be right here. So 5 workers. Maybe what it's doing is doubling the worker count. But if that's the case, then I don't know why this one's taking 10. Only 5 are working there. When the other one is taking 10 and there are 10 working there. Maybe they go a little faster. Honestly, couldn't tell you. I really don't know. Also, it says to upgrade the building, increase the civilization level of the Polis. Okay. Recently, that was just taking the Agora here and doing it. But that's not available anymore. We're at the top tier. So, as a follow-up to that question, no, I have absolutely no idea how to raise the level of the Polis beyond what it already is to upgrade the warehouses further. And also don't know why I would want to, since it doesn't look like it does anything to upgrade the warehouses. So, yeah, it's a little unclear. I kind of wish it was a little more clear. It definitely could be a bit more transparent on what that does. But hopefully that answers a couple of questions that have already been raised. Now that we have a good amount of workers, I'm going to go into getting sculptures done, too. So in addition to getting some tools made ourselves, which is what we're doing right now, with the 5 people, I guess, that are working this warehouse. I don't know. It just adds more warehouse workers, I guess. It doubles the workforce. I don't know. But we'll do that over there for that one. And you know what? I'm kind of like over this whole dirt road thing. I think the primary roads, they look like primary roads. Even though it's costing me money and there's no reason to do this, I'm going to do it anyway. Nobody's even traveling on this road. But we're going to upgrade it anyway because I can. And then guess what? You to that warehouse. There we go. Brilliant. I like it. How are we doing here? 0 out of 8, 0 out of 8. Well, of course they have everything they want. There's nobody there. All right, so I want sculptures now. Now that we got tools kind of starting to get to work on, let's start working on sculptures, because sculptures are needed for us to move up to the next tier for research. So what sculptures will require are marble and tools. It's going to consume tools as well, which is why it's important to make our own. And then, of course, it produces sculptures. So since it's using tools, why don't we make our sculpture? Is it kind of weird to put the sculpture maker super far away from town where you would often like have sculptures? I feel like you would want them to be, the person making sculptures, I feel like you would want them to be close by. That way the sculptures are easier, or at least more convenient to move into position. You know? Just thinking out loud here. I'm going to get 2 of these guys, and then I'm going to pause one of them because I don't need them. But they're going to bring marble in, and we're going to start seeing sculptures be made. I think those buildings look pretty dang awesome. I think they just did a fantastic job, by the way, on the architecture, just like the building models and stuff. I do wish there was a little bit more variation in the homes, right? There are a couple of different like minor changes that are made throughout here, so it doesn't look entirely the same, but it's mostly the same. Maybe that's just how ancient Greece is, you know? There just wasn't a whole lot of difference in there. If that's the way it is, then that's fine. I just kind of wish like maybe there was a slight more variation here. Like some of these balconies here, you can see how there's a slight change here. Someone has this table, and there's this little table here, and this one. And there's different artwork on the walls and stuff. So like I do appreciate little details, a developer. Okay, I'm not ignoring them, but a little bit more variety I think would be cool. Unless of course it's trying to stay historically accurate, and this is how historical accurate it is, in which case ignore the hell out of me because I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so yeah, sculptures, we're gonna be making them. We have tools and marble doing its thing. We're a little bit short on zigs, so hopefully we can upgrade these guys. I've also had them start moving over into the new home, the new place over here. So we have this Odeon over here, Odeon, and yeah, it's a nice building, and get entertainment and all that stuff. So I figured that the rich people would live close to that. So every time we need a little bit more Zug activity, I've started to upgrade houses near this thing, because it just makes sense that it would be out near this little open area. It's right next to the market too, so it'd be a highly desirable area to live, would be really close to the market. So I just kind of, every once in a while I go in and I upgrade houses that are around this area. But yeah, we're adding more houses out this way too as I expand out. I'm completely exhausted in my ability to get clay. I just simply cannot get more clay than I'm already getting. Just the way the game works. So I actually have to buy ceramics now, because it is impossible to create enough ceramics like in your own island. Anyone who's playing this game, back me up here. Is it possible for you to be completely self-sufficient with ceramics on this map? If so, how are you doing it? And keep in mind my population and how many people I have, and try to like compare that. But if you have a similar size population than I do, and you're playing this game, are you buying ceramics too, or buying clay? I guess you could be buying clay, but either one, you have to either buy clay or buy ceramics, which we could just buy clay instead. I could add more ceramics. If I had the workers, I could do it. The thing is, I don't have a lot of workers. And so another way to repurpose your workers for things that you really want would be to buy the cheap stuff so that you could produce the expensive stuff, right? So like, do I really need more woodcutters? No, I probably don't. And so what I could do is just buy up to 60 wood. And then if I buy up to 60 wood instead of selling it, I can go through all my woodcutters houses right here, and I can just gut them. I just get rid of them. I don't need any more wood cutting. There's a woodcutter's house. Get rid of it. And now I'm just buying wood instead, right? And that frees up labor that I can use in other places. So like all these woodcutters are gone now. And then now we get our wood from the boat, right? We can make sure we buy like, let's keep 90 in stock. Why not? Because it's really cheap. and like there's really cheap resource, right? So instead of buying up ceramics, maybe we won't sell ceramics. Well, if we get really high on ceramics, like 140 or something, then yeah, sure, start selling them. But instead what we could do is buy up to, 70 clay instead, because I just simply cannot keep up with it. And then we simply have more people dedicated to ceramics at this point with our purchase of clay. So I think that's probably how I'll do it. So I'll put a ceramics workshop like right here, and maybe I'll put another one on the corner over here. That'll keep my supply of ceramics up because we are using a bunch. Don't want to be using too much. Let's get a few more zigite while we're at it here, because we're going to need them for our next step, which is I want to make more tools. I need to do that first. So let's turn this back on. Hello, save. Thank you. Let's turn this back on. So with 2 bronze smelters, should be able to handle it. I gotta kind of monitor that, but we should be able to see, where is it? Right here. So tin and copper. I may need more mines. Looks like we're a little short on the raw resource. So, which again, we could, instead of dedicating Thetis to the mines, we could just purchase the copper and the tin. We're making a lot of money. We have a lot of money. So copper, tin, we just put this on our trade, and we can say, hey, why don't you keep us, let's keep 40 in stock. And that might be expensive, but we supplement what we're not making ourselves, and in exchange we get to have more workers to make other things that we want to make. And so if I take a look at, let's say, stone, I don't need to monitor stone anymore. Let's go to put marble there just so I can see how the sculptures are going. I'm not going to bother monitoring clay because we're buying it and buying it now. So let's go ahead and put sculptures there next to marble. I can see how many sculptures I have. So that's 13. With 13 sculptures, I want to build the academy. Knowledge is power, and this building is enormous. And but look at this, it fits perfectly in here. I didn't do this on purpose, I swear. I had no idea how big this building was ahead of time, but me likey the size of this building, and I'm gonna place it. Man, I kind of want to. Do I put it right here? It depends on what I'm gonna put here. That's the thing. Like, what am I gonna put there? You know what? Let's do it right here. Boom. Right by the library is now the academy. All right, and then what we'll do here with the academy is I'm going to bring this road down like this. Bring this one like this. We're going to just make the road like this. I think this is going to look good. All right. We have this little area here like this right by the academy now. Then we'll go to our decorations. Oh, it's too wide. Okay. Well, that's not as good as I thought it would be, but we could line it with just these plants. I want to line it with something that's these pedestals. Get kind of cool. And then the banners, right? You can put banners in. Let's say like that, and then flip it over and be like that. There we go. So there's our academy. People walking by and seeing our banners and stuff. We're very proud of our academy. We have a decorative there you go, brazier right there. Very cool. All right, so it's like out front. Yay. And that means we now have access to tier 3, and that means efficient marble extraction. We can now make more sculptures with more marble. So let's go ahead and pop that. And then we can also do advanced trade, which allows us to sell anything and everything. And also buy anything and everything. But more than likely, what we'll do is we'll start importing the raw resources, and we'll start repurposing those workers towards other industries. This is where I want to go. We also have efficient herbs gathering now. So yeah, we're doing pretty well on herbs. I do need to provide healthcare. Let's do that now before I forget. I need to provide healthcare. That is in tier 2. So these guys at the top of the hill over here don't have it, and then those guys don't have it. So we're gonna have to have, let's have healthcare be right by this house. Healer's house there. And then also over on this side, we'll put the healer's house at the end right there. All right, cool. Healthcare for everyone. Yay. Now we're in ancient Greece. Let's upgrade that and then upgrade one more of these houses. You have a little Zigite neighborhood over here. Okay. What's next? Probably need more lumber because we're building. So let's add another lumber dude there. And I was going to put some decoration kind of thing here, but I don't really think there's anything that belongs here. Do we have this here too? I'm going to call it the Mousean, but it's actually called the Moseon or the Moseon. It's not French, but again, I'm just having fun with pronunciations at this point. This requires sculptures, but it provides culture. Okay. Numerous exhibitions filled with sculptures please the eye of every citizen who fulfill their cultural needs in the museum. It's a big building. It's a big building. I would love to put it right here. Man, that'd be cool to have that right there. It'd be pretty awesome. But it fulfills a need for a whole bunch of people. And, you know, so it makes more sense to put it like on the top of the hill up here. Just for the effective coverage that it provides up here, which is pretty good. So we'll put it on the top of the hill right here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And let's make like a little cul-de-sac for this as well. Go about like that. And then right like that. That looks pretty nice. And this is a sculpture area, right? So we should have sculptures and all sorts of stuff out front here like this, right? Welcoming people in. And then maybe we have, you know, we could put a, and it's getting too crowded, isn't it? How about that tree? Yeah, there we go. That looks better. I like it. And of course, you're taking sculptures, so you need to be able to create more sculptures to make up for that. And you know what? Now that we're getting efficient marble extraction, we'll probably afford to add another sculpture maker, so we'll do that. There we go. Okay. So once that's completed, what's next? Well, I want to take a look at military. We haven't done anything with military because we haven't been attacked. I don't know. Maybe that part of the game is not in yet. I don't know. Maybe it's broken. But I haven't been attacked, so I haven't bothered with it. But, you know, hey, we're about time, right? I mean, we only have 157,000 drachmas at this point. I feel like we basically beat the game at this point. You know, there's like a little bit left to do to like explore, but for the most part, the gameplay is almost the same. So I would say at most, there's 2 more videos in this series. I would say at most. Even if we don't get to every single tech, it's all right. That's fine with me. So again, trying to keep my population kind of in check here. It looks like we need a couple more of these dudes. So let's upgrade. Your house is close enough to the market. And then you guys, of course, are pretty close to the market. So we'll get you upgraded too. There we go. How's the tenancy in these houses over here? All empty. All of them. Nobody living up here. It'll change. Eventually they'll be living up here, but right now it's not. I think we should have like a really nice house right here on the hill. This is a really cool place to live. You know, like you got a view here. You got a view of that. You got a view of all that, right? But you also have a lot of privacy as well from this part, especially with the wall of your house being against this. Nobody's gonna be able to look up and see what you're doing. And then we got this whole spot right here, which I can put. You know what? This is my house. This is where I live. I run this place. I run this island. This is where I live. Yeah. I can't upgrade it because nobody lives there. But eventually somebody's going to live there. And when they do, that's going to be my house. Okay. And we are going to put in this statue guarding the place. No. What would I want in front of my house? If this was me, if I lived here, what would I want in front of my house? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would want in front of my house. I'm sorry. That's just that's the way it goes. All right, cool. Got myself a big woman sculpture. That's perfect. That's exactly what I would want in front of my house. Cool. Let's turn on the stone people again here, and I'm going to let it run. And let's see what we can get here. As far as research goes, we're done with this. And so now we can get to the theater. But before we do that, we can develop medicine, pharmacist workshops, clinics. There's fragrance arts. I should probably see if we're satisfying all the needs. We do need to go and get the pancakes. Somebody looked this up for me in the comments. Appreciate that. That's basically pancakes. So we need to actually hop on that pretty quickly. And you know what? We have the tech to do that. It's right here. We need milk, flour, olive oil. Sounds good, except we don't make milk yet. So milk is coming from the goats. Yep, we're gonna have to do this. And we need marble in order to do that. If we are ever low on marble, we should buy it. We're making a lot of money. If we're ever low on marble, buy it. So stone, we buy up to 70. That's fine. Marble, we buy up to 50. All right. And then for the stone, let's say we buy up to 20. If we're ever short on it by any means, then we'll go ahead and do that. Which we're not really using stone for much. Like, stone is not an input for any industry. It's just for building. That's it. Once you just use it in bulk. So you can go and you have almost no need for stone. And then all of a sudden, bang, you have a huge need for stone. That's pretty much how it's going. Put a house like that. And then I put one right here. No. How about there? Okay, cool. That's cool. So we have like this little area right here. My frame rates are getting bad. If I go right here, bring this stone over here and go down this path, right? I'm thinking this little area we could put something more decorative than this tree. Okay. Well, I was thinking that, but now, it'll let me put that right there. Cool. And then we don't want this tree here, of course, because that's silly. So we'd want to replace that tree with maybe an altar. Yeah. This is like a place in memory or something. Oh, wait, let's put in this direction. We can go like that. Yeah. So we have like some, I don't know, some local heroes or something are buried up by that tree, right? It's something I'm thinking of. So every citizen's duty is to protect the polis, and your task is to provide them with the appropriate equipment. In the barracks, you can train melee units who will stand in defense of the citizens in times of need, which apparently never happens. Or apparently never needed. I want to put the barracks right up here because this is what they have to defend, is this. Anyone who is, to my understanding anyway, anyone who attacks the island is going for this. So, and that's kind of the only thing they're going after. So I might as well put the barracks up here to have them be here. So we'll do that, and I'll have 2 of them up here just because. So raids, let me just read that. Where's raids? Right here. So from time to time, or never, enemy invaders will attempt to raid your polis, aiming to plunder your resources. You can try to counteract them by sending your military units into battle. In case of your defeat, the invaders will loot the agora, or the agora, leading to the loss of drachmas and resources, which will also result in a decrease in citizen happiness. If you say so. Now that I've said this, I'll get raided. Maybe what it is you don't get raided until you place the barracks. So if you never place ironically, if you never defend yourself, you never have to. We can go ahead and get the hippospist. I think that's how you say it, hippospist. And this will allow us to recruit better units. So if we ever do have to, we could. We can also get ranged units as well, which will give us archery range for slingers and stuff. So let's do that first. That way we have a little more variety. And then actually, I just noticed I didn't have carpentry yet. I thought I had. So we should get carpentry so we can make furniture. These guys would like furniture, even though they're overjoyed right now and there's nothing that's going to get them down, right? Like, ooh, we can actually upgrade them. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see what this is about. Boom. Giomori. Is that how it's said? Interesting. So it's not the Hippeus. Interesting. Okay. So I'm not familiar with this term, but maybe I'm just at incorrect history, I guess. Very cool though. We have new units, new people. So they are immediately disappointed. Go figure. And they just want jewelry and perfumes. That's the reason to have perfumes. We're gonna get into making cheeses now. So at least the people will start having that. So we need goat farms. Right here, goat farms. They require wheat and they provide milk. So we have a lot of wheat over on this side. I want goat farms right over here. So we're going to say goat farms start. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4 goat farms. I'm going big right away because I know I'm going to be using a lot of it. So let's get that going. And obviously the population is going to have to adjust, all right, to our needs here. We're going to have to see the population rise to help out. Yep, this is Thetis labor. But after that, it becomes Zugite labor. So maybe we can... I mean, I could just straight up only buy stone. Like, I could just buy stone only, right? How much does this cost per unit? Be nice to know that. Let's say if I have this much, it looks like it's 4 drachmas per unit. That could get pretty pricey, shouldn't it? I think that would get really expensive. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. We'll say 50 on the buy up to, and when the existing mines are bad, you know, then we probably won't replace them. But we're definitely going to need more wheat. So another wheat farm coming in. We will put it right here. And I'm going to need, unfortunately, I'm going to need another one of these. I was kind of hoping this one would be expanded out far enough, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we're going to need another one of these Norias. And man, it's going to take up space that I don't want it to take up. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it, let's put it right here. This covers what I need. It's right behind this. And then that way the fields go 1, 2, and now we can wrap around this. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to want another wheat field, another wheat farm on this side. Oh, I'm out of tools. Go figure. Well, I'll have to let it run until I've got them. Maybe I could just... It takes tools to make sculptures and stuff too, so we should ensure that we always have tools available. So I think I'll do a buy. Yeah, I have a buy up to 20 here, so now we have them again. But since we're using them for the sculptures, we might need to have a little more. So let's say buy up to 30 now. We're at the 168,000. And again, it's completely fine to like buy stuff. That's part of trade is buying stuff. So that's completely fine to do that. 1, 2. Let's go like this with it. And that way we can have this be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure we're gonna need more olives. We might. We're looking good so far, but if we expand, then we might need more. But so far, that seems okay. What do these new guys work on? I'm assuming like the jewelers and stuff, maybe like tier 3, right? Tier 3 buildings. That seems to be how it works. Like the tiers and buildings are the labor force required for that, is what it seems like. So Thetis work all these buildings. Zugite work all these buildings. So I don't have anything in tier 3 there yet. There is this though. Ah, the Mausian. Musion. They, that's where that building goes. So you're working in here then. Indeed, 25 of you are. Okay. Okay. Well, it's not really all that much benefit, is it? On the plus side, I'm sure you guys pay really good taxes. But it does mean though that once we start getting into tier 3 jobs, right, we're gonna need them. So once we start getting tier 3 structures and stuff, then that will matter. Yeah. All right then. Well, we're gonna place you there because it looks cool. And then I need a lot more labor. Labor is always the bottleneck. It's just like workers and resources. I mean, it's traumatic. It's just like workers and resources. And obviously I'm placing houses here with no expectation that they will be filled immediately. But, you know, if we want that capacity to rise, then we need that. because every time I upgrade a house, it replaces the workers. It doesn't just add new people. It replaces existing population. Should I just put this as another? Yeah, I should. Just make this another road. There we go. You guys can all go like that now. I like it. Should we give you some relaxation? I feel like that's going to be a necessary thing. You guys don't have any right now, so I'll give you some right there. There you go. Achieve satisfaction level for all social groups. Hi. That means the Gomora? It means they're satisfied. Cool. Awesome. Great. Love it. Up to 172,000. Like I said, I'm pretty confident we could just buy all of the raw resources and not need, you know, like this warehouse has 10 workers, right? We don't need the warehouse if we don't have the things the warehouse is collecting. We just buy the stone. I'm just going to do that and we'll just buy the damn stone. It's okay. Because whatever, I want the workers so that I can work other jobs. I think buying meat would be an okay thing. Then we can get rid of the entire meat industry. And we just ensure that we always have it. So let's just see what that's about. Right now I'm buying up to 50 meat and we're running out. So let's buy up to 100. So that means every time the ship comes, I'm going to spend 700 drachmas. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I have no idea, but there's maintenance on all these buildings. So if I get rid of the entire meat industry, right? And I can get rid of this. I'm not going to get rid of that, but I can pretty much get rid of the entire meat industry. And if I do that, then obviously we're entirely dependent on the shipping routes and stuff for that. But we don't need hunters anymore. That's maintenance that we don't need. So we can get rid of the hunters, right? So now we're making 519 every cycle that ticks. We're making 519, right? And we're gonna have 100 meat. How fast does the meat go down? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out, right? But it gives me the workers I need for other industries. I like it. What else? So the goat farm, we're doing that. I believe we should have goat milk. Let's check. We are buying marble, right? We're buying up to 50 marble. I think that's acceptable. Of course, we're out now, so maybe it's not as acceptable as I thought it was. It's very expensive, marble. Marble's incredibly expensive. We probably shouldn't buy it if we can get away with it. Why don't we say sell up to 80 of it? And now that we've freed up those workers, right, we can go in and where's the marble? Where's the marble? It's tier 1, isn't it? Yeah, because it takes Thetis for this marble pit. There's a marble pit right here. Oh, really? Really? Wow. Holy moly. I can't place this. Can I place it at the top? Aww. Aww. That's just the way that goes. There's other marble pits. I don't need that one. There's going to be other ones. There's one right here. Right next to that warehouse. Seems good. Put one right there. And then there's another one over here. There's another one right here too. So we'll just get this one too. There we go. Right like that. All right. We can get a couple more of these marble pits going. And that'll get us enough. And I don't have to buy it anymore. So I'll just repurpose those workers. Instead of hunting and raising cattle, you're just going to pick away at the marble so that I don't have to buy the marble, and that'll save me money. And then if you're getting too much marble, then we'll sell it. But I think probably we should get even more of those, since I think the marbles deposits are infinite resources. If I remember right, my memory's a little fuzzy there, but I think they're infinite. So we'll do that, and then also another one over here. So we'll just repurpose you for this stuff. There we go. So I'm still short on workers, but that's going to change. It's going to be fine. Just give it time. All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and give it time. I'll be right back. But yeah, right here, you can see infinite resource. Yeah. Okay, I let it run for a little bit longer, and we have a 126 Thetis deficit right now and a whole lot of empty houses. So I don't know. I need them to just start populating the world here. However, worker shortages and the more advanced trades are not so bad. So it's time to start making cheese. I've got lots of goat farms down here. We're producing a lot of milk. And I can probably pause some of these goat farms. That might help a little bit, but because we are actually topped off, we're maxed out on milk storage right now. So let's start using some of it. I want to go to, let's say, the meat, and I'm going to go to milk, right here, milk. So we want to keep an eye on the milk and how much we're actually consuming here, but I want to start making that. So come over here. The pancakes, right? This is where delicious pancakes. Oh, it specifically says pancakes right there in the title. To be fair, I haven't actually seen this building until this video. That's when I hovered over this building. But still, with olive oil are prepared, being favorite delicacy of every Greek. Milk, flour, olive oil. We have all of those things. So let's start making the pancakes. I'll bring those, I think, up here. I think I'll set it right over here like this. We'll have one building for now just to kind of get started with it. Probably going to need a lot more than just the one, but we'll start with one. We don't need woodcutters anymore. We're buying wood. Goodbye. We're just going to buy the wood. Thank you for the workers. Now we only have a 44 worker deficit. Hey. That's pretty cool. That means the goat farms are really expensive. Oh man, 15 each? Wow. Okay, so I just freed up 60 workers by doing that. That's pretty sweet. All right, so we'll keep an eye on milk. If it starts to drop to 0, then we'll know that the pancakes are just too powerful. It's going to be using 9 each time. Not so bad. We now also need milk for the cheese makers. These are also Zugite labor. So both of these buildings are worked by the same social class. We'll put that over here, and I'm going to put another one over here. I need a lot of cheese, I think. So we're going to have the cheese being made over here like this. Okay, so obviously we need more Zugite now. Zugitai. So we'll be upgrading a few more houses over on this neighborhood. I think are probably pretty good. There we go. And that'll just give us a higher population there. We're always going to be low on Thetis. I mean, I feel like Thetis is always going to be the main thing that we're low on. But we can do something about the other ones, right? We can upgrade people and do something about the other ones. So that's exactly what I plan to do. I'm also going to get a little bit more of these Geomori guys because culture buildings. Let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, cool variations. I like this. See, this is what I'm talking about. So this building looks a little different. And I like the streamers coming down the top of it. That building looks really different than this one. There we go. Now we're starting to see some variation. Very cool. All right. So what we want to do is leverage these guys. I've been looking at the buildings traits and stuff. What we want to do is leverage these guys for culture, basically just trying to give people their culture. So at the moment we've got this. The Odeon is nice. It takes robes, provides culture, right? And 25 Zugite work here for 42 drachmas as our maintenance cost. Let's compare that to this building. The 60 drachmas for the maintenance cost here, but this one takes it takes statues as the input. Now, real quick, I want to see what's the. So 25 Zugite on statues. 40. Okay, maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. Because this is just cheap. Robes are cheap. And 25 Zugite are cheap. It provides culture, right? So you have culture overlap. If we have, for example, this need here, this building provides culture throughout this. If we put in right here, if we were to put in, where is it? Right here, this building here. This provides culture. It is the same provision. So any overlap here is wasted, right? You're not going to be able to double up on it. So the thing is, do we transition, right? So that we use this building instead for the culture output because it reaches wider, slightly wider out, but we use a different social class and that frees up the Zugite here to go off and do other things, right? That's the long story short of it here. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I'm not sure if it's worth using this building over that building, right? So like we could tear one down and stuff. I'm not sure. That's something to consider. Maybe leave me your thoughts in the comments down below, because I think overall the higher tier building is more expensive, right? Even if we have a lot of sculptures, you still have to provide the sculptures, which means you have to have labor, you know, down the road to provide the input for this to work. But you use 25 of a social class that you're really not using much of anyway, right? And maybe there's other buildings where we can use more of it. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that too. So the range combat thing is done. We've unlocked the archery range and slingers. I also went ahead and got the Hoxotai. I don't know. Toxote. We're going to call it Toxote. And they're the lightest armed infantry unit alongside slingers and spearmen. Make use of the bow, providing significantly better range and support. So basically, these ones here were all about, like, basically slings. And now we're finally getting into archery and like using bows. And then we have peltasts, which use spears and light shields and stuff. But I just got carpentry, so I want to do that now because we can provide furniture for these guys, make them overwhelmingly happy, and then we just jack up the taxes even more, right? If you can make them happy, you can tax them. That's the rule, all right? Make them happy, you can tax them. And I'm not seeing cheese. Yeah. I mean, I want to see some people having the cheese and the pancakes. I'm not seeing that yet. Oh, here we go. Cheese and pancakes down here. Man, first time that's ever happened. Huh? The poor are getting them before the wealthy. Look at that. Justice. All right, so we want the furniture, the carpenter workshop right here. It just takes planks and tools and creates furniture. And of course, we're making lots of planks over here. So let's have one of our furniture makers over here. And we can put another one right here too. Why not? So a couple of furniture makers. Of course, we're going to need more planks to do that. So let's turn these back on. And of course, we're going to need a lot more wood to support that as well. At the moment, we're just buying the wood. Wood is cheap. We can just buy it. And we'll just buy. I'm going to have like up to 120 wood. We have 175 in stock. But we're going to start using it more because we're going to be making more lumber and then using that lumber to make furniture. And then that furniture makes people happy. And then I tax them more when they become very happy. So if we can start getting cheese and Tigonites or whatever supplied, we can tax these guys higher amounts too. And again, we just pay for our imports by taxing them. Provide a better life for your people, and they're okay paying for it. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to put a little tree right here because I think it'll look good. And you know what? I think the video looks good. Stopping right here. I think it looks fine. I think we're in a decent spot. Obviously, we have to wait a little bit for population to even out here. That stone mine is depleted, so now we're down to just a 47 worker deficit with the Thetis, and we have plenty of empty spaces, plenty of empty houses for them to, come on into here. So let's develop hygiene, huh? Let's go into fragrances and the development of medicine. We're going to get hygiene, and then we can start to unlocks apiary and tablet maker's hut. That's a long one. Wow. Couldn't have felt development of something. You could have had a better name for that one, I think. Gymnasium. It looks almost like they put the description in the title. And then, no, actually it is. It's literally what it is. The flavor text that's yellow there is the title. So there you go. And then gymnasium. That seems interesting. Sports related needs. We need that. And I wanted to get the arena. Yeah. I want to get the arena. I need the hippospist in order to get that. So we're going to work on some fighting arenas and stuff next video, huh? I think that'll be exciting. Come on back for that. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.